From the Detroit Free Press, it's Tuesday, September 8th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Shamus. An 18-year-old swimmer remained missing Monday and is presumed drowned in Lake Michigan. He disappeared beneath 3 to 5 foot waves near South Haven Beach on Sunday afternoon. Captain Paul Quinn of South Haven Area Emergency Services said water conditions were too treacherous for divers to search for his body on Monday. The beach remained closed. Quinn said red flags were flying on the shoreline about 4 p.m. Sunday when the man and his 19-year-old friend, both from the Jackson area, got swept up in the waves. Red flags signify extremely hazardous conditions on the water and the possibility of rip currents. The 19-year-old was holding onto a buoy about 100 yards from shore and was rescued. The 18-year-old was visible initially, but rescuers were not able to get to him in time. The rescue attempt was one of several South Haven's first responders were called to over the Labor Day weekend. On Saturday, 3 people were saved from Lake Michigan in the same area, according to South Haven Area Emergency Services. To learn more, go to freep.com.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist with the Detroit Free Press. Do you pay every invoice or bill that comes through to your inbox? You might think twice about acting so quickly. Con artists are starting to flood PayPal customers with phony invoices for $50 to $200 a pop, according to consumer complaints. One invoice is connected to a so-called government grant, which frankly might be tempting if you're struggling and trying to keep your small business afloat. But paying one such fake invoice could set you up as someone who could easily be tricked into handing over even more money down the line. PayPal told me that the company's team was aware of this scam and had already enabled advanced fraud and risk management tools in order to protect any customers who might have received this email. Even so, you've got to protect your own money. If something looks super strange, step back and ask yourself, could this bill be a phony?
This is Chanel Stitt from the Detroit Free Press. The city of Chelsea is a small, quiet town with shops, restaurants, and neighborhoods outside of Ann Arbor with just a little over 5,000 people. It's your typical small town in southeast Michigan, similar to Saline and Dexter. But right now it's experiencing 2 sides of a debate that has caused tension throughout the city. A youth group called Anti-Racist Chelsea Youth has been protesting for 10 weeks to raise awareness of racial injustices and city zoning in Chelsea. At the same time, the Parade of Patriots rallied in a caravan on Main Street to support law enforcement. However, city officials claim to support the youth group and the Black Lives Matter movement. Officials just want protesters to voice their concerns on the sidewalks and in the park. Instead, protesters have been marching in the street, which officials say is traffic impediment. The city is also in the process of reviewing its zoning laws to assess where open lots are available for affordable housing. The youth group plans to continue protesting in the city.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department and an update on the Detroit Lions. The team officially announced the signing of Adrian Peterson, one of the greatest running backs of all time. The 35-year-old was released by Washington last week and was on a plane to Detroit on Sunday. Peterson joins the running back group that includes incumbent starter Kerryon Johnson and second-round draft pick DeAndre Swift. To make room for Peterson, the Lions placed Bo Scarborough on the injured reserve, and he can be activated as soon as a few weeks. But for the time being, will Peterson start in the season opener against the Bears? That is to be determined, according to Lions head coach Matt Patricia. We will just have to wait until 1 o'clock on Sunday at Ford Field to find out.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.